Alright folks, gonna do a little video here today on doing the overhead on a small cam or big cam using the inner base circle method. And the feeler gauge is going to need a 23 thousandths and 11 thousandths. Alright, these are here are a Lang model made for the Cummins. A lot bigger. You'll need that. You'll need, of course, you need to get your valve covers off. It'd be a 9/16 socket. If you got jake boxes, you'll have 3/4 inch nuts underneath that. Pull your jake boxes off. Loosen the jake boxes up before you take them off, though. You'll need a big flathead screwdriver and 3/4 inch wrench. Of course, in here everything will look different. Sometimes there'll be a screw on each one of them. Sometimes it's not. You're going to adjust the exhaust valve to 23 thousandths, the injector to 6 foot-pounds, the intake to 11 thousandths of an inch. Injectors are always on, intakes are always on the inside, exhaust is on the outside, injectors are always in the middle. So each one will do the same thing. Alright. This is not rocket science. I mean, it's just repetitive, keeping track of what you're doing. So also you need a marker, or your wife's lipstick, or your own lipstick, whatever you want to color you desire. But you need to mark them. I'm actually wiping off my old marks from before. So right now we're on C, which is going to be, if you're doing this, you know, for the first time on an engine that has been taken apart, so when you go into it, you'll have some play. These are here actually set a little differently because I pulled the heads off. I had it set, and some moron friend of mine had to spin it all the way over and a couple times to see how free it spun with no heads on it. Well, that was a pain in the ass. So, alright, we're set on C, which is going to be injector 2 and valve 6. So what you do on the 6 inch-pounds for the injector is it's going to be finger tight plus a 1/4 turn. So I always take it, turn it down by hand until I can't tighten it no more, and then I'll go ahead and loosen this one. I've already set it actually to make sure it was right. But that's all I normally do is tighten it by hand. I got it as tight as I can get it. Just ratchet on it, set it. That's it. Your ears on a motor should be pretty tight. Of course, keep your ratchet on there. Tighten the jam nut down. That's it. Of course, I just dropped the damn wrench. So you do that. Take your feeler gauges. Remember, your intakes are always in the middle, which is going to be 11 thousandths. Their exhaust is always on the outside, which is 23 thousandths. Exhaust is way out on this one, so we'll do that here in a second. Take your feeler gauge, put it under there. It should jump. You actually probably hear it do it. You'll hear it put pressure on it. Sorry, I had to grab my wrench so I could loosen them up. Take it, put your screwdriver in there, turn it. Should feel a little bit of a little play on it. Be able to slide up under it with a little bit of force on it. Sitting there. Keep your screwdriver in place. I'll have to drop the camera here for a second, maybe, just to be able to keep it tight while I tighten the jam nut down. But got a little too tighter than I want it to. Still a little hard to hold the camera and keep everything. Right there. Alright, that one's set. Grab my exhaust filler gauge. 23 thousandths. We're just way out on exhaust because I had to pull the hedge, loosen everything up anyway before you do anything. So slide it up underneath there. So you got a little bit of play right there. May have some glare from the thing, but see, that's not kind of just a little bit tighter. You actually can hear it crimp down on the feeler gauge usually. It's close. There, lock it down. That'll end that one. Alright, we're spun around to A now. Go ahead and mark your what you did before you move it. So you marked it to 2 and valve 6, know where you've been. Now you're going to be on valves 2, injector 4. So take your 23 thousandths to be your outside right here. Make sure you got to loosen the jam nuts. And injector 4. So 23 thousandths underneath there. A little bit of catch on it. It's kind of where you want to be. Maybe a little bit more out of it. Lock it down. Alright. Your intake side, same thing. Here, catch it. A little too loose. A little too tight. Just right. A grip. Put your screw back on there, lock it down. I'm actually going to do it here in a second. I'm just going to do that. So you want to go ahead and mark it. Once you've done, injector 4. Pretty simple. Finger tight. And let me. Alright. You got a 1/4 turn. Pass finger tight. There we go. I have to compress it some because it was kind of lock it down. So not that difficult, repetitive. Make sure you mark it though when you're done. Alright folks, moved around the B, which is going to be valves 4, injector 1. Make sure everything's loose, and pretty much if you're working on a motor that hasn't been apart, it's pretty simple, pretty quick process to run overhead. A little bit of grab right there. I'll lock that one down. Right here's way out. pull the heads off, supposed to loosen everything up, which is what I did. But little grab. That right there feels pretty good. Little pull. So do all that. You'll lock it down. Put your screwdriver in there, make sure it doesn't move, and lock them down. I'm gonna go over here to injector 1. Tighten it down. Alright. Finger tight. And I say that. I had it off a good ways. Lock it down. Here's it. Lock the other ones down. Mark them when you're done. Alright, so we're back around to C, which is going to be valves 1, injector 5. Basically, the way you look at it is every time you go, whatever injector you just set, the next spin around would be the valve in that cylinder. So, make sure everything is loose again. Alright, and then 5 is loose. So, go ahead and injector right there is pretty tight. Lock it down. Done. Intakes are always on the inside, remember? It's 23 thousandths. Sorry, wrong cylinder. Exhaust valve. Actually, that's the intake valve. Duh. Sorry. It's one of them weeks. Especially when everything's so loose. You're used to having one cylinder loose when you do it. So, feel it catch it. Maybe a little bit more out of that. Yeah. Set that one. Have your 11 thousandths on your intake. Bit more. Bit more. Maybe a little bit more out of that one. Not much. That's it. Lock them down. Go on to the next, mark them, go on to the next one. Alright, so we're back to A, which is going to be in valves on 5. And we're going to take to the inside. Grab. Feels good. 11 thousandths feels good. Injector 3. Finger tight. Quarter turn. Leave it on there. Lock them down. Put your screwdriver back in there, lock them down, mark them. That's A, valve 5, injector 3. Next will be on valve 3, injector 6. So that'll be it. Alright. Last set. Valve 3, injector 6. This jam nut, finger tight. Yeah. I do this one damn hand half the time. Quarter turn. Lock it down. I'm doing these right here. Make sure you're close. You got a little bit of give on them. Feels good. Give it a little bit of looseness. Set it up again. Tighten it down a little bit more. Little give. Too tight. That's it. Lock them down, mark them. You're done. That's it.